What's up, folks? What is going on, man? So I got up, man. Got up pretty early today. Got out. I didn't get y'all a video together like I've been doing. I've been getting them out early, man. I said I was gonna do a couple videos a day, man. I was gonna go ahead and shoot these things out, man. Got a lot to talk about, man. Just talk about life, man, and experiences and stuff like that. Stuff that people need to hear. So I'll start to shoot the video then. Ride came through, man. It be like that. So it's good. So what I'm doing right now, guys, I'm trying to get my acceptance rate back up because my acceptance rate is low as crap. I've been I was cherry picking a little bit, man, which is how you really make your money. Let's be real. On Uber and Lyft, man, you gotta cherry pick. If you cherry pick, though, you will pay. Your acceptance rate will take a hit, and that's what mine did, man. So right now, I'm trying to get mine back up. If you want to make some good money, man, you do need to kind of keep your acceptance rate high. All right, right now it's the holiday time. I'm trying to get gifts and things, trying to, take care of some business, man. Got bills and stuff that's due. So I want to make sure that I'm in the higher tier, because I know probably once it get really around holiday time when school's out and stuff, you're not gonna get the rise because they gonna give it to the top tier drivers. And if you're not a top tier driver at that time, then you gonna lose out, and that's how it works. So crazy story, man. Like I remember, man, it had snowed here, like here in Texas. It was like, man, probably about, I want to say 2-3 years ago, because I hadn't did Uber and stuff for a while, man. Like I had started just kind of running with my own business, and I still got it, but I was doing the Uber then, and it was one of them days, man. I had my Yukon. I was out, man. I mean, I was out here, guys. Wasn't nobody hustling like me on no Uber. I'm trying to tell you, wasn't nobody. I was pulling 10 grand a month. I kid you not. My pockets was fat. I was keeping like big wads of cash on me. I felt good about it. I didn't mind that I was an Uber driver, right? I know people feel some kind of way. It's a thing, man, being an Uber driver, but I didn't care, right? Because I was making too much money. I was making more money than my friends that had other jobs, right? But I was out here, man, and it had snowed, and I was like one of the only riders out. So I was trying to kill it. But what they would do is they would send you these rides, man, that would be like way, way far away because nobody else was out doing it. So you would get a lot of ride requests, but like you would struggle to get to somebody because it was slick out and everything, and that's why I was still cool, because I had the Yukon. And I would go and I would deny or refuse some of those trips because I was like, well, it makes no sense for me to drive 25-30 minutes to get to somebody and only drive them 2 miles and only make like $7 or something like that, when I could drive somebody from right here that's close. I can work in my proximity and make the same amount of money in less time. So I was always doing the math too. Like, you got to do your math, man. Don't let them just throw you stuff. Do your own math. If you're gonna do it, do your own math. Otherwise, they're gonna throw you some crap. They'll throw you a $3 ride, or $2.60. Like, y'all got me messed up. But no, what I would do, I would take the rides that was close by. They might be going 2 or 3 miles, and shoot, and it paid like $7, $6-7. I'm like, that's cool. I can do that in the snow. And then they was paying big, but it was a surge too, because it was very few drivers that was out, because I'm from St. Louis, so I can drive in that. Like, it ain't bother me. I'm a really good driver, and I'm not saying that to my own horn. I probably got over 1 million miles logged in my driving. Over 1 million. I kid you not. I didn't put on several cars. I didn't put just over 400,000-500,000 just in a couple of cars. I mean, I know at least 3 or 4 of my cars I got up over 150, easy. And I did a lot of driving, distance and stuff for my son and everything. So I put in the miles. But no, I was out, man. I was driving, doing a lot of rides and stuff, man. But I was denying so many, but I was one of the only ones out. So my acceptance rate took a huge hit. I'm talking about I took a huge hit during the snow, but I was still getting a lot of rides because what nobody else did. So they had to mess with me. But once that snow was gone and it cleared up and the streets was good and all the other drivers got back out, guess what? My acceptance rate was low, so they dropped me down. Like, I dropped from the tier I was at. They didn't consider the fact that I was out when nobody else was. They didn't care about none of that. They didn't care how hard I worked and that I was willing to risk my life and be out there pulling money for y'all. Y'all didn't consider that. You know, I'm out here getting money for y'all, man, and driving under conditions and extreme conditions that nobody else really wanted to do. You know, so as soon as everybody else hit the street, I'll like drop to the bottom of the list. So I was getting no rides, man. No rides. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, I would like wait 30, 40 minutes and not get a ride. I kid you not. It was that bad. After I was getting like ride, bing, bing, like my thing was blowing up because I was the only one out and I was killing. I'm thinking like, yeah, they gonna consider me, you know, consider the circumstances and stuff. No, they ain't do none of that. That's big ass, man, these dang vultures be out here, boy. They dragging dead squirrels off the side of the road. Man. Yeah, so it was crazy though, man, how I found out that like the acceptance rate really mattered so much. Because I actually had a guy I was driving at the time, man, and he told me he had been doing Uber and stuff too. And I told him what I was doing, and he was like, man, like they gonna get you for your acceptance rate. And I was like, but they ain't did nothing yet. I was cool, so I wasn't really tripping off of it. But sure enough, I swear it's like the next week, like, because my acceptance rate was dropping, and finally it just got to a low point. And sure enough, it was like that next week I started feeling it. It started affecting me, you know. And I had it was right before the snow and stuff happened. So when the snow happened, and then boom, it was just like, it was all bad, man, all bad. Yeah, guys. So they was that little ride that run in the winter in that snowstorm, blizzard, whatever we had. It killed my acceptance rate, man. And so like when I came back, they wasn't giving me no rides, man. When the snow was gone and everything was back to normal, they just was like, they didn't consider the fact that they was sending me routes. Like, they don't take things into consideration. They was sending me routes that was way past, you know, where I was at. And it would take me, like a lot of times the rides don't make sense. And that's that artificial intelligence crap, the AI crap that's going on. The rides didn't make sense. So, no, I'm not going to just do stuff just because y'all tell me to do it. Like, I'm still going to think for myself, and I'm still going to, you know, math it out. And the math wasn't mathing. It wasn't mathing. So, I decided to not take them, and it ended up hitting me, you know. And it took me a while. But the key is, man, like, if you ever in that situation, like, let me tell you how I got out this situation when I wouldn't get no rides. So what you gotta do, guys, if you end up in that situation, go to an event. Preferably go to like a college campus, or go to like a bar area, you know, that's got like a lot of different like spots in a little space, you know, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get constant rides in that area, to where it's like, boom, you're gonna be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's gonna get your acceptance rate back up. I just dropped y'all some dimes, some gems right there. So do that. That's gonna get your acceptance rate back up to whereas you can play around, you know. And if you ever plan on, you know, just doing some cherry picking, do some of that first. Get your acceptance rate high, so when you take the dip, then it won't hurt you. So that's stuff that you will learn, you know, just from being out here, man, and doing enough rides. You'll learn some different tricks of the trade, man. So for me, that's what I did, and I got my acceptance rate back up, man. I was able to, you know, start making the money like I was making before. So but yeah, that hit me hard, man. That time when that storm came, I was like, good Lord, 'cause I went from making, like I said, like $500-600 a day into freaking like $100. I was like, no, this ain't finna work. Like I was at down to, I wouldn't say it was low as 100, maybe about 150. Yeah, it was about 150, man. But you know, like you calculate. I calculate my money. I'm mathing the whole time. Like I mathed out my lunch. I'm like, okay, if I do this, I don't know if I want to do that because I'm trying to, and I string some stuff out, man, because I be trying to make sure I get my money right first before I spend it. Like you gotta treat this like it's your paycheck. You get paid weekly. You know, like you make your runs, you're gonna get paid that day, but that's your weekly check. So it's gotta add up so that you can put it aside to pay certain bills. Because if you constantly dipping in your stash because the stash keep coming, you're not gonna have the money to pay the bills that you need to pay, because the bills still gonna come at the time they come. You know, and you still gotta be disciplined enough to have that money put aside. So that was just what I wanted to rap with y'all about for acceptance rate, man, and some BS that you deal with that, man, and how to get around it. All right, the way I did, and what to look out for. Yeah.